We discussed some formula regarding operators. Okay, mainly we concentrated on differential operator d by dx or d cap. Okay, చూసుకున్నారా ఒకసారి అన్ని ఫార్ములాస్ రైట్. ఓకే, మనకి యాక్చువల్ క్వాంటమ్ కెమిస్ట్రీ ఇప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అయినట్టు అంతేగాండి ఆపరేటర్స్. ఓకే, ఇప్పటివరకు చెప్పుకున్నది అంతా కూడా అటామిక్ స్ట్రక్చర్. అంతకుముందు మీరు డిగ్రీ లెవెల్లో చదివినవి అవన్నీ కూడా మనం చెప్పుకున్నవన్నీ కూడా డిగ్రీ లెవెల్లో చదివినవి. ఓకే, సో ఇవాళ క్వాంటమ్ కెమిస్ట్రీ అయిపోతుంది. మీకు ఇచ్చిన సిలబస్ అంటే ఎంత సిలబస్ ఇచ్చిండో మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఓకేనా, క్వాంటమ్ కెమిస్ట్రీ యాక్చువల్ సిలబస్ ఎంత ఇచ్చిండో అర్థం చేసుకోండి. జేఎల్. ఓకే, సో ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ జేఎల్, డోంట్ వరీ. ఓకే, రైట్ రైట్. సో జేఎల్లో అంత లిమిటెడ్ సిలబస్ ఇచ్చిండు అనమాట. ఓన్లీ థియరీ ఇచ్చాడు, ప్రిన్సిపల్స్ ఇచ్చాడు, అప్లికేషన్ ఇవ్వలే. ఒక్క అప్లికేషన్ కూడా ఇవ్వలేదు. 1D బాక్స్ 2D బాక్స్ ఏబీ మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు. అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ గివెన్, ఓన్లీ థియరీ పార్ట్ ఈస్ గివెన్. ఓకే రైట్. సో అందరూ ఒకటే క్వాంటమ్ క్వాంటమ్ అని భయపడిపోతున్నారు. అది ఇచ్చింది ఏం లేదు క్వాంటమ్. రైట్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ కమ్యూటేటర్ ఆపరేటర్. Commutator operator. Okay, for example, I am taking two operators. A cap and B cap. I am taking two operators A cap and B cap. So when these two operators are said to be commute with each other. Yesterday we discussed in mathematics commutation law. What is commutation law? A into B is equal to B into A. A into B is equal to B into A. That is the commutation law we have in mathematics. Okay, so when two operators are said to be commute with each other. Similarly, A cap B cap is equal to B cap A cap. If A cap B cap is equal to B cap A cap, then those two operators are said to be commute with each other. Okay, if you see the formula for commutator operator, if consider two operators A cap and B cap, then their commutator operator can be given like this. Then their commutator operator is given like this. And within the square bracket A cap comma B cap, that is equal to AB minus BA. A cap comma B cap is equal to AB minus BA. This is the formula for commutator operator. Okay, just you remember this formula. Okay. Now always operator itself doesn't have any significance. If you apply operator on a function, then only it gets some significance. So I am applying on a function f of x. So A cap comma B cap into f of x is equal to AB f of x minus BA f of x. On both sides I applied on a function f of x. Operator itself doesn't have any significance. For example, we have knife, we are not using. Is there any use? No use. We have to apply on some fruits or vegetables or some other persons. Okay, like that. Okay, then only it gets some significance, right? Otherwise it is useless. Okay, operator itself doesn't have any significance. We have to apply on some function. Okay, right. So this is the expression for commutator operator. Now when two operators are said to be commute with each other, what is the condition? And AB is equal to BA. When AB becomes equal to BA, and if commutator operator is equal to 0, then if you bring this left side, AB becomes equal to BA. So therefore, if commutator operator is equal to 0, if A cap comma B cap is equal to 0, or AB minus BA is equal to 0, or A cap into B cap is equal to B cap into A cap. Okay, this is the expression for commutator operator. If commutator operator is equal to 0, means AB minus BA is equal to 0 or AB is equal to BA. Now we got commutation law in mathematics or not? Yes. Then the given two operators are said to be what? Commute with each other. then A cap and B cap, then A cap and B cap are said to be, then A cap and B cap are said to be commute with each other. Then A cap and B cap are said to be commute with each other. Okay, Nandi. This is the concept of commutation of two operators or commutator operator. Okay, this is useful later in Heisenberg uncertainty principle. And we explain Heisenberg uncertainty principle based on commutation of two operators. Okay, and some formula regarding commutation of two operators. Some formula you write A cap comma B cap plus C cap if you have, that can be written like this. A cap comma B cap plus A cap comma C cap. If you have three operators like this, where B cap plus C cap, okay, is one operator and A cap is another operator. So that may be written like this. If you have like this, A cap comma B cap into C cap. If you have A cap comma B cap into C cap, this we can write like this. B we have to write left side, B we have to write left side, A cap comma C cap plus A cap comma B cap into C cap. See here, B we have to write left side and C we have to write right side. Okay, other than B, that means A comma C, other than C, A cap comma B cap. So ఇందులో మ్యాథ్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ బైపీసీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ ఏం లేదండి, ఎవరైనా బట్టి పట్టాల్సిందే. ఓకే, రైట్, నో మ్యాథ్స్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్, నో బైపీసీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్, రైట్, రైట్, యూ హ్యావ్ టు రిమెంబర్, రైట్. వాళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటారంటే బైపీసీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ వాళ్ళు మ్యాథ్స్ వాళ్ళకి ఇవన్నీ ఆల్రెడీ తెలుసు అనుకుంటున్నారు. మ్యాథ్స్ వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఏం తెలియదు ఇవన్నీ. ఓకే, రైట్. Next one, for example, if you have like this A cap comma B cap into C cap, okay, this we can write like this. This we can write like this, and A cap, now A cap we can write left side, B cap we have to write right side. So A cap into B cap comma C cap plus A cap comma C cap into B cap. A cap we have to write right, left side, B cap we have to write right side. Okay, Nandi. If you simplify this, you will get same, and on both sides you simplify. How we have to simplify AB minus BA? According to that, you simplify both sides. You will get same value, and both sides if we get same value if you do simplification. Next one, A cap comma A cap power n or A cap power n comma A cap, that is equal to 0. For example, we have d cap comma d cap square, that means d by dx comma d square by dx square, d by dx whole square, and okay, d by dx whole square. What we get, and 0 or not? This is in the form of this one or not? D cap comma d cap power some n, okay, where n is any number, where n is any number. So then what we get, and 0. Okay. For example, if you have like this, and A cap comma K into B cap or Ka cap comma B cap, then K is constant, that we can write like this, and K we can write at the beginning. K we can write at the beginning. K is a constant, so that we can write at the beginning like that. Okay, Randy. If you simplify this, what will get, and A into B, what is B? KB cap, okay, minus B into A, B is what? Here KB cap into A cap A, okay. So K we can take common, AB minus BA. So K into AB minus BA is nothing but what? A cap comma B cap. So we can write like that or not, right? Like that, if you simplify all this, you will get same, and on both sides you will get same. Okay. This is easy to understand. So A cap into B cap. In the place of B cap, what is given? KB cap is given, minus B cap. In the place of B cap, what is given? KB cap into A cap. K is common, AB minus BA. AB minus BA is nothing but what? A cap comma B cap. Okay. Right, these are the some formula, remember, based on commutator operator. Okay. Now we see some examples. For example, I am giving 5 cap comma D cap value. What is the value of 5 cap and D cap? Okay, what is the value of 5 cap and D cap? Or for example, I am giving like this, and if A cap is equal to 5 cap and B cap is equal to D cap, then find A cap comma B cap. If A cap is 5 cap and B cap is D cap, then find A cap comma B cap. 5 cap means what? 5 cap means multiplication by 5. 5 cap means multiplication by 5. X cap means multiplication by x. D cap is nothing but d by dx, differential operator. Okay. Now we want to calculate what? A cap comma B cap. What is the formula we have? AB minus BA. AB minus BA. So A cap comma B cap f of x is equal to A cap comma B cap f of x is equal to what we get? AB f of x minus BA f of x. On both sides I applied on a function f of x. On both sides I applied on a function f of x. Okay, now what is given? A cap 5 cap, D cap means nothing but d by dx. A cap is 5 cap, B cap is d cap, nothing but d by dx into f of x, that is equal to, just to substitute, in the place of A 5 cap, in the place of B cap D cap. Okay, 5 cap d by dx f of x minus B cap means d by dx, A cap means 5 cap f of x. Okay. First we wrote the expression for commutator operator. On both sides we applied on a function f of x. Next we substituted the data given. In the place of A cap we substituted 5 cap, in the place of B cap we substituted d by dx. Okay. And now 5 cap into what is d by dx of f of x? F dash of x. Okay, d by dx of f of x is f dash of x. If you apply differential operator on f of x, we will get another function. That another function is generally represented as f dash of x minus d by dx 5 cap f of x. We have to multiply f of x by 5. So 5 into f of x. Okay. First we have to apply the operator adjacent to function, and first we have to apply d by dx. Whatever the result we are getting, on that we have to apply 5 cap. Here first we have to apply which operator? And 5 cap. Whatever the result we are getting, on that we have to apply d by dx. Okay. Next again 5 cap means multiplication by 5. 5 cap means multiplication by 5. So therefore simply we have to replace 5 cap by 5 and okay. Minus here 5 is constant. What is d by dx of f of x? F dash of x. So 5 f dash of x, 5 f dash of x gets cancelled. So 0. So therefore what about commutator operator of 5 cap and d cap? And 0 we are getting. Therefore whether 5 cap and d cap are said to be commute with each other or not commute with each other? Commute with each other. So 5 cap and d cap are commute with each other. 5 cap and d cap are commute with each other. Phi cap and d cap are commute with each other. For example, in the place of a cap, I am giving 3 cap, then what we get? 3 cap comma d by dx I am giving. Again what we will get? Same we will get, just in the place of 5 we get 3 f dash of x minus 3 f dash of x. Okay, again 3 cap and d by dx are commute with each other. That means whatever may be the some constant operator is given to you, 5 cap, 3 cap, 10 cap, like that if it is given, those two operators are said to be what? Commute with each other. So therefore in general if you have like this and n cap comma d cap or d cap comma n cap, if it is given, what we get? 0, where n is any number. If n is any number given, okay, if n is any number given, in such case what we get? 0 only. So for this maths background, BPC background not required. అంతేగా ఇది గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. ఎవరైనా మ్యాథ్స్ వాళ్ళైనా అంతా డెరైవ్ చేసుకోరు. ఓకే, ఎగ్జామ్లో గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటారు, డైరెక్ట్ అటెంప్ట్ చేయటం అంతే. ఏ నెంబర్ ఇచ్చినా కానీ 0 వస్తుంది ఆన్సర్ అంతే. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ వన్ అండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ లైక్ దిస్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ క్యాప్ కామా డి క్యాప్ అండి. x cap comma d cap value. If a cap is equal to x cap and b cap is equal to d cap, then find a cap comma b cap. So in the place of 5 cap I am giving x cap. X cap means multiplication by x. Okay, first చూడండి. Okay, first listen. So just in the place of, okay, same formula. So a cap comma b cap into f of x means ab f of x minus ba f of x. Okay, now x, first we have to apply which operator and here? D by dx. D by dx of f of x is f dash of x. Here first which operator we have to apply? X cap we have to apply. X cap into f of x means x into f of x. We have to multiply by x. We have to multiply the given function by x. Up to this same and. Okay, now here x cap into f of x. X cap means multiplication by x. So therefore x into f dash of x minus, here how many x functions we have? 2 x functions we have. 2 x functions we have. What is d by dx of u into v and u into dv by dx plus v into du by dx. This is the product rule on differentiation we have. Okay, so here that product rule if you apply, first put x as it is, apply differentiation on f of x. What is d by dx of f of x and f dash of x? Next what we get? Plus v. What is v? f of x. Next du by dx. dx by dx. dx by dx means gets cancelled. So we get 1. Okay, and this is we are taking as u, this is we are taking as v. Okay. So first x as it is and we are applying operator on f of x. Differentiation of f of x is f dash of x plus next v as it is f of x. Differentiation of x and dx by x, dx both are gets cancelled, so we get 1. So x into f dash of x minus x into f dash of x minus f of x. X f dash of x, x f dash of x gets cancelled. So finally x comma d by dx is equal to, we are getting minus 1 into x comma d by dx into f of x, we are getting minus 1 into f of x. So finally x cap comma d cap or d by dx value how much? Minus 1. So x cap comma d cap value is minus 1. So whether x cap and d cap are commute with each other or they do not commute with each other. X cap and d cap are not commute with each other. X cap and d cap are not commute with each other. This is useful and later while we are studying Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Okay. Okay, write down. Finally you write x cap and d cap are not commute with each other. Previously given and this type of questions they are giving. Therefore x cap and d cap are not commute with each other. ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు చదవాలండి. ఒకసారి ఏం జరిగిందంటే ఒక స్టూడెంట్ వచ్చి కొన్ని రోజుల తర్వాత వచ్చి యూవీ ఏంటి సార్ అని అడుగుతున్నాను. యూవీలు ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చినాయి సార్ అని అడిగింది నన్ను. రైట్. ఏమని చెప్తుండే ఎక్స్ బై యూ ఎఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఎక్స్ బై వి ఎట్లా వచ్చినాయి సార్ అంటుండు. రైట్. So for this also we have some general expression and so no need to simplify this also. Okay, this is the procedure we have to follow. Okay, but we have general expression and just you remember that general expression. Okay, so in general, this is the formula we have. X power n d cap, x power n d cap formula is minus n into x power n minus 1. Okay, and if you have reverse d cap comma x power n, we get plus n into x power n minus 1. Okay. Just you remember this general expression and so a background ఉన్న అందులో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేసుకోవటమే, రైట్. చూడండి, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గివెన్ లైక్ దిస్ అండి, x cap comma d cap, what is given, x power 1 is given. So in the place of n what we have to substitute, 1 we have to substitute, minus 1 into x power 1 minus 1, minus 1 into x power 1 minus 1, x power 0, something power 0 is 1. So 1 into minus 1, minus 1, you got same or not, right? This type of questions repeatedly they are giving and in JL, DL set exams they are giving repeatedly. X cap square d cap, x cap square d cap. So in the place of n I have given 2, in the place of n I have given 2, so minus 2 into x power 2 minus 1, minus 2 into x power 2 minus 1, so that is minus 2x, minus 2x. Okay, x power 3 d cap we have, so similarly in the place of n if you substitute 3, minus 3 x power 3 minus 1, that is minus 3x square, minus 3x square. For example, if it is given like this and d cap comma x power 1, d cap comma x power 1, so just you remember this equation and if you start with x minus we will get, if you start with d we will get plus. Okay, if you start with x minus we will get d cap comma x cap plus 1 into x power 1 minus 1, something power 0, 1, so 1 we will get. Next d cap comma x power 2, what we get, and plus 2x, d cap comma x power 3, we get plus 3x square and so on. So all these are commute with each other or not commute with each other? Not commute with each other. All these are not commute with each other. So in the place of x cap, if any number is given, what we get? 0 we will get. If any number is given, we will get 0. Okay, if x power n is given, minus n into x power n minus 1. You just remember those two general expressions. Okay. Next one అండి. For example, I am giving if a cap comma b cap is equal to 3, if a cap comma b cap is equal to 3, then a cap comma b cap square is equal to, if a cap comma b cap is equal to 3, then find a cap comma b cap square. Then find a cap comma b cap square. Options: 3b cap, 6b cap, 9b cap, 12b cap. If a cap comma b cap is equal to 3, then find a cap comma b cap square. So I told you one formula, that is a cap comma b cap into c cap. What is that? A cap comma b cap into c cap is equal to what? We have how to b cap we have to write left side into a cap comma c cap plus next c cap we have to write right side, that is a cap comma b cap into c cap. Okay, similarly here we want to calculate a cap comma b cap square. B cap square we can write as b cap into b cap. B cap square we can write as b cap into b cap. That means once we have to write left side, once we have to write right side. So this can be expanded like this: a cap b cap into a cap comma b cap plus a cap comma b cap into b cap. Okay, once I wrote b cap left side, remaining is a comma b. Next this one right side, remaining is a comma b. What is given and a comma b? 3. So b cap into 3. Here a cap comma b cap value given 3. So again 3 into b cap. 3b cap plus 3b cap, that is 6b cap. So option 2. For example, I am giving like this and x cap comma d by dx plus phi cap. What is the value of x cap comma d by dx plus phi cap? X cap కాదు, ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి, ఇలా రాద్దాం, ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి. Okay, I am giving like this and d by dx comma x cap plus phi cap. What is the value of d by dx comma x cap plus phi cap? And what is d by dx of d commutator operator of d by dx comma x cap plus phi cap? How to expand that? And okay, one of the formula I have given, that is if you have a cap comma b cap plus c cap, how to write? And a cap comma b cap plus a cap comma c cap. Okay, so similarly this we can write as ఎంత వస్తుందండి ఆన్సర్? 5 d by dx comma x cap plus d by dx comma phi cap. What is d by dx cap, d by dx comma phi cap? And phi is constant, so what we get? 0 we will get. This is 0. What about this? D cap comma x cap value is what? Plus 1. D cap comma x cap value is plus 1. So therefore this is 1 plus 0. So therefore it is 1, and so that is equal to 1. Okay, right. For example, I am giving like this: x square plus 3 comma d by dx. What is its value అండి? x square plus 3 comma d by dx. X square plus 3 comma d by dx. What is the value of this? This we can write as what అండి? X square comma d by dx. Next plus 3 comma d by dx. What is 3 comma d by dx value అండి? 0. What is x power 2 comma d by dx? Minus 2x. Okay, x power n comma d cap, that is minus n into x power n minus 1. In the place of n, what is given? 2 is given. So minus 2 into x power 2 minus 1. So minus 2x. This is 0. So the result is minus 2x. Okay. Next, write a question. Under what condition a cap plus b cap into a cap minus b cap, under what condition a plus b into a minus b and a cap square minus b cap square are equal? Under what condition a plus b into a minus b and a square minus b square are equal? Okay, for example, I am giving options like this: a cap comma b cap is equal to 0, ab plus ba is equal to 0, ab minus ba is equal to 1, ab minus ba is equal to minus 1. Okay, a cap comma b cap is equal to 0 means what andi? ab minus ba is equal to 0. ab minus ba is equal to 0. Under what condition those two are equivalent? Okay, so this is previous CSR bit. Okay, a plus b into a minus b we have. So from this what we want to get? From this we want to get a square minus b square. From that we want to get a square minus b square. So do simple multiplication. A into a square, a into a square. Next a into minus b, that is minus ab, plus b into plus a, plus ba, plus into minus, minus b into b, b square minus b square. Just we did simple multiplication. Okay, now what we want to get andi? A square minus b square. When we get a square minus b square, if these two gets cancelled, then we get a square minus b square. When these two gets cancelled andi, those two are same. If ab is equal to ba, ab is equal to ba means a cap and b cap are commute. So if a cap and b cap are commute, then this term these two terms gets cancelled, then we get a square minus b square. So if you take a cap b cap is equal to b cap a cap, or ab minus ba is equal to what? 0, or commutator operator of a and b becomes equal to 0. Okay, if you take these condition, or if a cap and b cap are commute, then what we get andi? Those two are gets cancelled or not? Next a cap square minus b cap square will get. So therefore what is the condition andi? Commutator operator is equal to 0. If the commutator operator is equal to 0, then these two are same andi. So option 1. Okay, next write similar type of question. Okay, and this is the condition ending. Under this condition, those two becomes same. Okay. సో అన్ని కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్స్ చూసి ఓకే వాటిల్లో వచ్చే అప్లికేషన్సే మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి దాదాపుగా ఈ అప్లికేషన్స్ అయితే దాటిపోకూడదు. ఓకేనండి, ఇచ్చిన వీటినే తిప్పిస్తాడు తప్పితే వీటికి రిలేటెడే క్వశ్చన్సే ఉంటాయి మీకు జేఎల్లో అయితే. ఓకే రైట్, ఇంతకంటే డెప్త్గా అయితే రావు. రైట్, నెక్స్ట్ వన్ అండి. అండర్ వాట్ కండిషన్, నెక్స్ట్ క్వశ్చన్, అండర్ వాట్ కండిషన్ a cap plus b cap whole square, under what condition a cap plus b cap whole square and a cap square plus 2a cap b cap plus b cap square are equal? Under what condition a cap plus b cap whole square and a cap square plus 2a cap b cap plus b cap square are equal? Same options you take. Next you start with what? A plus b whole square, and you may verify when we are getting a square plus 2ab plus b square. You start with what? A plus b whole square. A plus b whole square we can write as what? A plus b into a plus b. A plus b whole square we can write as a plus b into a plus b. And now if you do simple multiplication, a into a into a, that is a square plus a into b, a cap b cap plus b into a, b cap a cap plus b into b, b square. Okay, and a into a square plus a into b, ab plus b into a, ba, b into b, b square. Now what we want to get, and 2ab we want to get. When we get 2ab, when we get 2ab, and if ab becomes equal to ba, if ab becomes equal to ba, that means if a cap and b cap are commute with each other, if a cap and b cap are commute with each other, then we get a square plus 2ab plus b square. Once again, which option will get it? Once again, first option only. Okay, Nani? So if a cap and b cap are commute, if a cap and b cap are commute, or ab is equal to ba, if a cap and b cap are commute or ab is equal to ba, then what we get, and a cap plus b cap whole square is equal to a square plus ab plus, in the place of ba we can write ab, so ab plus ab, that is 2ab plus b square. So again first option. Okay, ready question, and this is previous gate question. Which of the following pairs of operators, which of the following pairs of operators, which of the following pairs of operators commute, which of the following pairs of operators commute? Okay, which of the following pairs of operators commute? First one, x and d by dx, x and d by dx, d by dx and d square by dx square plus 2 into d by dx. Third one, x square d by dx and d square by dx square, x square d by dx and d square by dx square, x cube and d by dx. Which of the following pairs of operators are commuted? Check and In that, what about x cap comma d by dx value? X cap comma d cap value is how much? Minus 1. So those two are not commute. What about x cube comma d by dx value? Minus 3x square. Minus 3x square. So these two are not commute. Those two are not commute. Okay. Now second one, if you verify, second one, commutator operator of d by dx comma d square by dx square plus 2 into d by dx. Okay. A cap comma b plus c. How we can write and a comma b plus a comma c. A comma b plus a comma c. So this we can write as d by dx comma d square by dx square plus 2 into d by dx comma d by dx. 2 is common kadandi. Otherwise you may write in the next step d by dx comma 2 into d by dx. Okay. What about d by dx comma d square by dx square value? D by dx comma d square by dx square value is I gave you one formula, a cap comma a cap power n 0. A cap comma a cap power n is 0. Same operator, whatever may be the power, we will get 0. Here we have same operator or not? It's d by dx, here d by dx power 2. D by dx power 2. So what we get? 0. Plus here 2 is constant, d by dx comma d by dx. Again same operator or not? Same operator, power 1 is given. A cap comma a cap. If you take 1, a cap comma a cap, what is a cap comma a cap value? 0. So therefore what we get? 0. That means whether those two are commute with each other or not? Yes. These two are commute with each other. So option 2 only. Okay. X cap d by dx combination if it is there, those two are not commute with each other. Okay. This is the question given holding lecturers and if a cap is equal to x comma b cap is equal to d by dx, if a cap is equal to x comma b cap is equal to d by dx, then commutator a cap comma b cap is ఎంతండి right, minus 1. What is the general expression? X power n d cap is equal to minus n into x power n minus 1. In the place of n we have to substitute 1. So we get minus 1. This is same question and same question given TS DL. Same question given in TS Gurukula DL. This is given in APDL 2017. APDL. If A cap and B cap are, x cube and d by dx respectively, if A cap and B cap are x cube and d by dx respectively, if A cap and B cap are x cube and d by dx respectively, then A cap comma B cap, then the commutator operator of A cap comma B cap is options given minus 3x plus 3x square minus 3x square. Right, direct question minus 3x square. This This is the concept of commutator operator అండి. Okay. Okay. Okay, these are some questions based on commutator operator. Okay, so I am going to next operator అండి. So mainly you remember some formula regarding commutator operator, and another one is just x power n comma d cap minus n into x power n minus 1. If you have d cap comma x power n, that is plus n into x power n minus 1. If any number is there, constant operator is given, then we get 0. Okay. So next operator is linear operator. Linear operator. Linear operator. Okay, for example, consider an operator a cap. Consider an operator. Consider an operator a cap. Consider an operator a cap. Now, when it is said to be linear operator, when it is said to be linear operator, so it is said to be linear operator if it satisfies some conditions. There are two conditions, those to be satisfied by this operator, then only it is said to be linear operator. Okay, it is said to be linear operator. Next, it is said to be linear operator. It is said to be linear operator if it satisfies. Consider an operator a cap. It is said to be linear operator if it satisfies. If it satisfies the following two conditions. If it satisfies the following two conditions. Okay, consider an operator a cap. It is said to be linear operator if it satisfies the following two conditions. The first condition is a cap into f of x plus g of x, that is equal to a cap into f of x plus a cap into g of x, where f of x and g of x are any two functions. F of x and g of x are any two functions. Next one, a cap into c f of x, that is equal to c into a cap f of x. A cap into c f of x is equal to c into a cap f of x, where c is any constant. Where c is any constant. Okay, in quantum mechanics, to determine values of physical properties, in quantum mechanics to determine values of physical properties, we use operators only. That's why some knowledge on operators is required. Okay, to determine value of a physical property, we use linear operator. Okay, theoretical calculations we are doing quantum mechanically. Okay, we are calculating physical properties for a given system. Okay, position, momentum, kinetic energy, potential energy, okay, total energy, like this some physical properties we can calculate. Okay, with the help of which we can determine these physical properties, and with the help of operators, we can determine physical properties. So linear operator we use while we are determining physical properties. Okay, so some knowledge on linear operator is required. So this is the linear operator conditions. Okay, now we see examples only. Now we see examples. For example, I am taking operator. For example, I am taking operator square root. Let us consider. I am taking operator square root. First example, operator I am taking square root. For example, I am taking f of x 2 and g of x 2. And you may take any values only. You may take any values. For the simplicity, I am taking 2 comma 2. You may take any values. Okay. Now verify first condition. Okay. First condition, that is a cap. What is the operator we are taking? Square root. Okay. First condition, square root. F of x, and f of x is 2 plus g of x, that is 2. Left side what we are getting? Square root of 2 plus 2. Right side if you see, what is operator? And square root. Square root of what we have? F of x. What is f of x? 2. Next, plus a cap. What is operator? Square root. G of x value 2. Left side what we are getting? Square root of 4 means 2. Square root of 2 plus square root of 2. to square root of 2. Whether those two are same or not same? Not same. So no need to verify second condition. The first condition is not satisfied. That means whether square root is said to be linear operator or non-linear operator. Non-linear operator. So square root is called as non-linear operator. So non-linear operators are not useful to us. Linear operators are useful. By using linear operators, we can determine physical property values. Okay. So square root is what? Non-linear operator. First condition is not satisfied. In the place of a cap, okay, that we take operator square root. F of x is 2 plus g of x is again 2. Next right side also operator into f of x. Operator is square root of 2 plus again operator square root g of x is 2. Left side we are getting 2, right side we are getting 2 root 2. So square root is said to be non-linear operator. For example, now I am giving a cap is equal to logarithm I am giving a cap I am giving logarithm. Okay. Okay, I am giving a cap is equal to logarithm. So we know log a into b. What is log a into b? Log a plus log b. Okay, for example, if you take log f of x plus log f of x into g of x, log a into b. Okay, what we get? Log a plus log b. That means log f of x plus log g of x. Okay, log a into b is log a plus log b. So here we got in the place of operator what we are taking? Log f of x plus log g of x we are getting. Right side same, but what about left side? Log of what we have? F of x plus g of x. Okay, log of f of x plus g of x is log f of x plus log g of x? No. Okay, therefore whether first condition is satisfied by logarithm or not satisfied? Not satisfied. Okay, this we have, but according to first condition what we are getting? Log of f of x plus g of x is equal to log f of x plus log g of x we are getting. So whether is it correct or not correct? Not correct. Log a into b is log a plus log b, but here what we are getting? Log a plus b is equal to log a plus log b we are getting. So whether it is correct or not correct? Not correct. So therefore whether logarithm is linear operator or non-linear operator? Non-linear operator. Non-linear operator or anti-linear operator. Okay. Third one. For example, I am taking a cap sine. What is the operator? Sine function I am taking. Okay, this is the actual formula we have, but instead of product we are getting here plus. Okay, in the linear operator condition instead of product we are getting plus, so that's why logarithm is not satisfying linear operator conditions. So it is a non-linear operator. Now the next operator I am taking sine. For example, f of x I am taking 30 degrees, g of x I am taking 30 degrees. You may take any angle. You may take any angle. Okay, for the simplicity I am taking like that. 30 degrees, 30 degrees. Now substitute in first condition. Sine of what we have? 30 degrees plus 30 degrees. Sine of 30 degrees plus 30 degrees. That is equal to sine 30 degrees plus sine 30 degrees. Here what we are getting? Sine 60 degrees. Here sine 30 degrees means 1 by 2. Sorry, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. Sine 60 degrees is root 3 by 2. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is 1. Whether we are getting same or not same? Not same. So therefore, sine function, sine operator is satisfying first condition or not satisfying? Not satisfying first condition. So sine is said to be non-linear operator. You may verify for cos also. We will get non-linear operator. Sine, cos are said to be non-linear operators. If you take exponential operator, what we are taking? Exponential, e power. Operator I am taking exponential. Operator I am taking exponential. If you verify first condition, e power of f of x plus g of x. So e power ఓకేనండి. ఎక్స్పోనెన్షియల్ యూ రైట్, అదర్వైజ్ యూ రైట్ పవర్ అండి. You write power, otherwise exponential. So exponential of what we are getting, f of x, okay, plus exponential of g of x. E power a plus b is what? E power a plus b is e power a into e power b. E power a plus b is equal to what and e power a into e power b, but instead of into, what we are getting here, plus we are getting. Okay, this is the formula we have. E power f of x into g of x we can write as what and e power f of x into e power g of x. E and exp both are same and exponential. Okay, and exp of f of x is nothing but e power f of x. Now this is the actual formula we have. This is the actual formula we have, but instead of product, what we are getting here, plus we are getting. That means exponentially is satisfying or not satisfying and not satisfying first condition. Both those two are same or not same and not same. E power f of x plus is plus e power f of x plus g of x is nothing but what, e power f of x into e power g of x. Product we will get, but plus we are getting according to linear operator conditions, so that is not satisfying. So exponential is linear operator or non-linear operator? Non-linear operator. So square root, logarithm, sine, cos, exponential, all these are examples for non-linear operators. For example, now I am taking x cap and now I am taking x cap. Fifth example, I am taking operator x cap. For example, f of x I am taking 2 and g of x I am taking 3 and you may take any value. Okay. Now I am verifying first condition. What is first condition? X cap of f of x plus g of x, that is 2 plus 3. Now next here, x cap of f of x, that is 2. X cap of g of x, that is 3. Okay. Operator we are taking x cap, f of x for example to g of x 3 and you may take any arbitrary values. Okay. Now x cap of what here, 2 plus 3, that is 5. X cap means multiplication by x. X cap means multiplication by x. If you multiply 2 by x, what we get? 2x. If you multiply 3 by x, we get 3x. If you multiply 5 by x, we get 5x. 2x plus 3x, 5x. Both are same. Both are same. So x cap is satisfying first condition. Now you may verify second condition. Second condition, for example, I am taking c some constant phi. You may take c any value, any arbitrary value you can take for c. For example, I am taking phi. Now what is left hand side? We have operator x cap, c. What is c? 5. F of x we considered 2. Right side c. C is 5, operator x cap, f of x 2. So x cap of 5 into 2, 10. 5 into x cap of 2, 2x. 10x, here we also we are getting 10x. Both sides we are getting same or not? Yes, both sides we are getting same. That means whether x cap is satisfying both the conditions or not. Yes, x cap is satisfying both the conditions. So that is said to be linear operator. X cap is said to be linear operator. X cap satisfying both the conditions, so x cap is said to be linear operator. And so like this we have to verify and whether a given operator is linear or non-linear. Okay. So they may not ask you to prove whether a given operator is linear or non-linear. So just you remember what are the examples for linear operators, what are the examples for non-linear operators. Some examples for non-linear operators are what we got only, square root, logarithm, sine, cos, exponential. Okay, these are the examples for non-linear operators. And if you see examples for linear operators, x cap, similarly you may do with x cap square, and if you do similarly with x cap square, both sides will get 10x square like that. Okay, then. So x cap square also satisfies that condition, x cap square. D by dx, and d by dx also satisfies. D by dx of u plus v, d by dx of u plus v we can write as du by dx plus dv by dx. That is called sum rule on differentiation. So whether differentiation satisfies first condition or not. Yes. If d by dx of c into f of x, that we can write as c into d by dx of f of x. Yesterday we discussed d by dx of k into f of x. K we can write at the beginning, k into d by dx of f of x. So d by dx satisfies both the conditions. And so similarly d square by dx square also satisfies both the conditions, integration satisfies both the conditions, etc. So these are some examples for linear and non-linear operators. Okay, that's why from the beginning we are concentrating on these two only. These are linear operators. These we use to measure physical property values. Which operators we use to measure physical property values? X cap, d by dx, d square by dx square. These we use to measure physical property values. That's why from the beginning we are concentrating on x cap, position operator, and differential operator. Okay. Right. This is about linear operator. Next one, concept of eigenfunctions and eigenvalues. Important, this is also eigenfunctions and eigenvalues. Eigenfunctions and eigenvalues. Eigenfunctions and eigenvalues. Okay, for example, we are taking an operator a cap. Let us consider an operator a cap. Consider an operator a cap. Consider an operator a cap. We are applying this operator on a function f of x. We are applying an operator a cap on function f of x. The result is again same function multiplied by some constant. What is the result we are getting? Again same function multiplied by some constant. Then such function is called as eigenfunction, and this constant is called as eigenvalue, and this equation is called as eigenvalue equation. This equation is called as eigenvalue equation, and this equation is called as eigenvalue equation. Okay, we are taking an operator a cap. Okay, we are applying on a function f of x. What is the result? The result is same function we are getting multiplied by some constant. Then such function is called eigenfunction. This constant is called eigenvalue, and this total equation is called eigenvalue equation. Okay, write that point. If a cap is applied, on a function f of x, if a cap is applied on a function f of x, if a cap is applied on a function f of x, then the result is again same function, then the result is again same function multiplied by a constant, then the result is again same function multiplied by a constant, then such function is called eigenfunction, or proper function, or characteristic function. then such function is called as eigenfunction or proper function or characteristic function, and constant is called as eigenvalue, and constant is called as eigenvalue, and constant is called as eigenvalue. Okay then. So if you see the examples, you will get clarity. And for example, I am giving like this: d by dx of sin x. What is differentiation of sin x? And cos x. Differentiation of sin x is cos x. So here we are applying operator d by dx on sin x. We are applying operator d by dx on sin x. Then the result is again sin x or some different function we are getting. Different function we are getting. Therefore, whether sin x is eigenfunction of operator d by dx or not eigenfunction of operator d by dx. Not eigenfunction. So sin x is not an eigenfunction. Sin x is not an eigenfunction of operator d by dx. Sin x is not an eigenfunction of operator d by dx. When it is said to be eigenfunction, we have to get result also same function. For example, d by dx of sin 4x. What is d by dx of sin 4x? And 4 cos 4x. 4 cos 4x. Whether the result is same or different function, and again different function, same function we are not getting. So therefore, sin 4x is not an eigenfunction of operator d by dx. Sin 4x is not an eigenfunction of operator d by dx. Sin 4x is not an eigenfunction of operator d by dx. For example, if you take like this, and d by dx of cos kx. What is differentiation of cos kx? Minus the k sin kx. So here we are applying operator on cos kx. The result is sin kx. Whether we are getting same function or different function? Different function. So therefore, cos kx is not an eigenfunction of operator d by dx. Cos kx is not an eigenfunction of operator d by dx. Okay. In the place of cos kx, they may give cos x, cos 2x, cos 3x, whatever may be, k value. Okay then. Next one. For example, I am giving like this, and d by dx of e power ax. What is d by dx of e power ax? And a into e power ax. A into e power ax. So here we are applying operator on e power ax. What is the result? And e power ax. So same function or different function we are getting? Same function. Same function. So therefore, e power ax is said to be eigenfunction or not? Yes, eigenfunction of operator d by dx. E power ax is eigenfunction of operator d by dx. What is eigenvalue? And a is eigenvalue. Whatever the constant we are getting, that is eigenvalue. This is a question given in APDL. And d by dx of e power 10x given, what is the eigenvalue? That is the question given. 10 is the eigenvalue. Okay, 10 into e power 10x. So we are applying the operator on e power 10x. Result is again e power 10x. Same. So therefore, it is said to be eigenfunction. What is the eigenvalue? 10 is the eigenvalue. So this is the general formula. You remember, differentiation of e power ax is a into e power ax. What about differentiation of e power minus ax? And minus a into e power minus ax. So what is eigenvalue? And it's minus a. Okay, for example, d by dx of e power minus 3x. What do we get? Minus 3 into e power minus 3x. So minus 3 is the eigenvalue. Same function we are getting. So e power minus 3x is eigenfunction. Minus 3 is the eigenvalue. For example, I am taking like this only, d square by dx square, d square by dx square of e power kx. What we get? Yesterday we discussed, if you apply 2 times, what we get? K power 2. If you apply 3 times, we will get k power 3. So if you apply 2 times, what we get? K power 2 into e power kx. So same function. So eigenfunction. What is eigenvalue? K square is the eigenvalue. For example, if it is given like this, d square by dx square of e power 2x, what we get? Eigenvalue 4 is the eigenvalue. In the place of k, I have given 2. In the place of k, I have given 2. Yesterday we discussed all this formula. Okay. Next, for example, if it is given like this, and d square by dx square of e power minus 3x. Okay. In the place of k, what is given? Minus 3 is given. In the place of k, minus 3 is given. So minus 3 whole square. Okay, right? In the place of k, what is given? Minus 3 is given. So minus 3 whole square will get. So therefore, what is eigenvalue? Eigenvalue is 9. This is eigenfunction. So eigenvalue is 9. Eigenvalue we will get 9. Eigenvalue we get 9. For example, if it is given like this, d square by dx square of sin 2x plus cos 2x, d square by dx square of sin 2x plus cos 2x. Yesterday we discussed d square by dx square of sin kx plus cos kx. What we get? Minus k square into sin kx plus cos kx. So in the place of k, I have given 2. So therefore, what we get? Minus 2 square into sin 2x plus cos 2x. So same function we are getting or not? Same function. So therefore, what is eigenvalue? Minus 2 square, that is minus 4 is the eigenvalue. Okay. Yesterday we discussed d square by dx square of sin kx plus cos kx. That is minus k square into sin kx plus cos kx. Now, what about d square by dx square of e power kx plus e power minus kx? So we discuss separately for kx minus kx. If you take kx, what will get eigenvalue? K square. If you take minus k, what will get? Minus k whole square. Minus k whole square means again k square only. So in both the cases, what will get? K square only. Okay, then here we will get k square, here we will get minus k whole square. Minus k whole square means again k square only. So we will get like this only, k square into e power kx plus e power minus kx. So same function we will get it. So what is eigenvalue here? K square is the eigenvalue. For example, I am giving like this, d square by dx square of e power 3x plus e power minus 3x. What we get? 9 into e power 3x plus e power minus 3x. So eigenvalue is 9. 3 square we will get. 3 square, that is 9 we will get. Mainly exponential functions verify exponential, sine, cos ante. Okay, we may expect question from sine function, cos function and exponential function based on eigenvalue. Okay, for example, if you take d by dx of sin 3x, what we are getting? 3 cos 3x. And if you take d square by dx square of sin 3x, what we get? Sin kx, if you have minus k square sin kx, that means minus 9 sin 3x. So this is eigenfunction or not? Yes. But what about here? It is not eigenfunction. Okay, that means sin 3x is eigenfunction of operator d by dx, but not d square. Sin 3x is not an eigenfunction of d by dx, but eigenfunction of d square by dx square. So which of the following statements are correct? In such cases, they may give you a statement like this. Okay, what is the statement? Sin 3x, okay, or sin function, any sin function. Sin function is not eigenfunction of operator d by dx, but it is eigenfunction of operator d square by dx square. Okay, similarly for cos function also we will get same. For example, if you take d by dx of cos 2x, what is d by dx of cos 2x? Minus 2 sin 2x. If you take d square by dx square of cos 2x, what we get? Minus 4 cos 2x. So this is the eigenvalue. So therefore sin and cos functions are not eigenfunctions of operators d by dx, but eigenfunctions of operators d square by dx square. Write that point. And lastly, sin and cos functions, sin and cos functions sin and cos functions are not eigenfunctions of operator d by dx. Sin and cos functions are not eigenfunctions of operator d by dx, but of d square by dx square, but of d square by dx square. They are not eigenfunctions of operator d by dx, but they are eigenfunctions of operators d square by dx square. Okay, lastly, for example, if you take like this and d by dx of e power x, what is eigenvalue? What is d by dx of e power x and e power x only? D by dx of e power x is e power x only. What is eigenvalue? 1. Eigenvalue is 1 and okay. Now I am taking like this d by dx of 2e power x. What is the eigenvalue? 2. Maths will the 2. What is d by dx of 2e power x? 1 only. Again, our eigenvalue is again 1 only. So 2 is constant. Differentiation of e power x is e power x. 2 is constant, differentiation of e power x is e power x. We are applying operator on function 2e power x. Again the result is 2e power x. So 2e power x is said to be eigenfunction. 2e power x is said to be eigenfunction. So this we can write like this or not? 1 into 2e power x. So what is eigenvalue only? 1 is the eigenvalue. 1 is the eigenvalue. Okay, now. Okay, now we are applying operator on 2e power x, not on e power x. Okay, we are applying operator on 2e power x. The result is again 2e power x multiplied by what? 1. So eigenvalue is 1. Okay. So here one thing we have to observe, that is, if a function is multiplied by some constant, is there any change in the eigenvalue or no change in the eigenvalue? No change in the eigenvalue. Okay, and you may multiply with 3 here. You may multiply with 3. Is there any change in the eigenvalue or no change in the eigenvalue? D by dx of 3e power x, we will get 3e power x. Again eigenvalue is 1 only. Okay, and so therefore if a function is multiplied by a constant, is there any change in the eigenvalue or no change in the eigenvalue? No change in the eigenvalue. Again we get same eigenvalue. Write that statement. If f of x is an eigenfunction of, operator, a cap, if f of x is an eigenfunction of operator a cap, with the eigenvalue a, with the eigenvalue small a, then c into f of x, then c into f of x in the bracket where c is a constant, where c is a constant, then c into f of x in the bracket you write where c is a constant, is also an eigenfunction of, is also an eigenfunction of operator, is also an eigenfunction of operator a cap, is also an eigenfunction of operator a cap with the same eigenvalue, that is a. Okay nandi, the same concept we wrote in the form of a statement and okay. If you take f of x eigenvalue we got a, if you take c into f of x then also eigenvalue is a only. So this may be written like this, and a cap into f of x is equal to what we get, a into f of x. So a is called eigenvalue. Now a cap into, we are multiplying f of x by some constant c. Here we multiplied by some constant 2, here we are multiplying by some constant c, then what we get eigenvalue, again a only, again we get a only eigenvalue. Okay then. Okay, lastly, for example, I have given like this, and d square by dx square of sin x, what is eigenvalue? D square by dx square of cos x, sin kx, k in the place of k what I have given, 1 is given, minus 1 square, so minus 1 sin x, here minus 1 cos x, so eigenvalue is minus 1, eigenvalue is minus 1. Okay, this is the concept of eigenfunctions and eigenvalues. Okay, so many examples we discussed. And so now take a break, and after break we will discuss some other operators, right? Okay, thank you.